Richard's also released 6 solo instrumental albums of his own. And I got to tell you, when I sat down to listen, my intention was to listen to the most recent one. I was so drawn in, I literally listened to the entire catalog. And he is just brilliant musician and writer. It's got great arrangements on there, great songwriting. It's a combination of sort of like surf, Hawaiian, acid jazz. There's a lot of melancholy, sort of slow jazz. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that just makes you feel like you're sort of like in the middle of an Austin Powers or James Bond scene from the early 60s, which I love that music, man.
Yeah, I do too.
You got some chunky melodic guitars, really well arranged, and other tracks you have like detailed arrangements with horn lines and strings. And it was like Henry Mancini conducting some of that. And to embarrass him just a little more, I want to tell you that on his first record, which is called Themes from a Rainy Decade, inside of it, Mark Knopfler wrote, "For almost 10 years now, I've felt very lucky having Richard Bennett as a pal and as a member of the band. His quiet, self-effacing manner hides an encyclopedic knowledge of all kinds of roots and rock music from hillbilly to Hawaiian, played effortlessly on a variety of instruments which appear out of a flight case as big as an Airstream trailer. May his cracking guitar playing find a place in your life as it has in mine." And it's found a place in mine, so thank you very much, man.
Oh, well, you're very kind. You're very kind.
You've been great with me, man. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah, well, the albums are musical whiplash as well, you know. But it's just the way I think and the way I hear music, you know. And the thing I suppose I've avoided in those records is kind of the blues rock thing.
Yeah.
And not because I don't love it, I do love it, but it's still the thing that everybody does, you know? And so I can do a few other things. So I've chosen to do that, just go down a less traveled road.
Good.
You know, with the melodic guitar and the clean guitar thing.
It's beautiful stuff on there, man. Your arranging is like incredible, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where these tunes come from. They're just tunes, you know. They're just melodies, is all. And then after you kind of got the thing written, then you start thinking about how do you want to stage the play? You know, what kind of movie do you want to make then with this? And that's when you start dreaming up arrangements and things. So by the time I go in, you know, I'll spend a lot of time with the tune before I record it for a couple of reasons. Because I just like to explore the thing and to see what I can do with it, you know, and to see what part I'm supposed to play in my own tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Just
really interesting.
As a player. And in the course of that, you know, you start getting ideas of what you want the record to sound like. And the other good thing I've found with taking a bit of time before you rush in with something is after 3 or 4 months maybe of living, or even longer, living the thing, if it still holds water for you, if you're not bored with the song, then it's worth recording. But a number of things, you know, after you play them for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, you're sick of the damn thing, you know? And those are good ones to leave behind.
You know, I wrote this down, what you said, and I just started thinking. You said, I like to figure out what part I'm supposed to play in these tunes. And then I wonder if that would be a good way to almost look at your life in a sense. Like if it just seems that if you think like that, it allows you to step back a little bit and let the muse guide you a little more.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, that
That's
would be
absolutely
a
right.
smart way for me to look at my life, I think sometimes. Not that it's bad, but this is like a nugget here that you just like
Yeah, yeah,
an aha
yeah.
moment. I just got like, why not? That's pretty cool. It's just like you're a very chilled out, relaxed guy, and I admire that. And
Oh, well,
and I think having that sort of mentality is very I don't know which is with the chicken and the egg, but it's very conducive along with that of being
yeah,
relaxed.
yeah. Well, I mean, just getting back specifically to the music part of it, it's different hats. Writing, um, I find writing is one hat. And honestly, it'll be 3 or 4 notes that'll skate past my radar. And then you kind of roll up your sleeves and put your visor on and go to work.
Right.
That old thing, 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Uh, so anyway, and that's it. I'm just scrolling away and playing and scratching shit out. Um, and then once I got the thing to where it'll hold water, where I feel the composition is good. And God, you should hear me when I'm writing this stuff. The guitar's not even in tune. I'm not even paying attention to being a guitar player. I'm writing a song. I'm writing a melody. And so anyway, once that's done, then you put the musician hat on, the guitar player hat, right? And then you got to figure out how you want to act in your own play. It's not necessarily a given
Yeah.
while you're writing it. You're just writing a tune, is all. Then you got to figure out how to play it and make it interesting for 3 or 4 minutes or something. Especially with instrumentals, um, songs are different because you've got lyrics that kind of feed you through the song, that guide you through the song. Instrumentals, you've got to make interesting
Yeah.
because you don't have the lyric aspect of it. And I find a lot of what little instrumental music there is now, um, particularly guitar music, very uninteresting. Um,
It's funny. I mentioned I had Delbert on earlier. He made a comment. He was talking about that. He goes, "Man, no more guitar masturbation. I'm so sick of that."
well, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's 2 forms of guitar instrumentals now forever.
Yeah.
And it's either that, just up like a machine gun full of notes and coming up with some kind of riff groove thing to just blow your brains out with, or it's somebody who's doing their idea of a surf thing, and it's just the same damn thing over and over, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
you know it's a lick that goes on for 3 minutes and it just doesn't go anywhere. So I'm kind of into that really old-fashioned way of writing instrumentals. They have to hold up. And I've never been that kind of a player to, well, I've never been good enough to be able to, spray around a million notes and do that kind of playing. So I have to have a tune to play. Just like jazz guys have to have a tune, or used to have to have a tune to play.
Yeah.
They were playing show tunes, and they had melodies, and they'd start out, and then they can go drift off into whatever, and then they bring it back home to the head again.
Right.